Hey guys, what's going on? It is your boy Ponzarella here, back with another YouTube video, and it's been a while. I just have to say that I've been busy with school and all that kind of stuff. I had track, going on. Just a lot of things have been going on in my life that just kind of hindered my ability to actually make YouTube videos. So I'm so sorry about that. Summer's coming by very soon. Actually, you might be thinking, is school over? I have about 2 days left, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I'm basically off. So I'm going to start this video off early because How to Survive Freshman Year came out July of that summer, and I feel like that's a little late. I feel like people should start to really, get the reference before the school year starts and everything like that. Because some schools do start in July, and if that's the case, then first of all, I feel sorry for you, and second of all, well, I hope you at least have a good school. Anyways, getting on to this video. 8th grade. I made a How to Survive Middle School video, which is talking about 7th grade and 8th grade, both of them, which are pretty decent videos. Similar to freshman year, I made last year. It's an okay video. Some of the tips and stuff that I saw in there, I don't really understand because, they were talking about, go at least one dance or something like that. I mean, that doesn't really help you survive high school necessarily. But I wrote some tips on here that actually would help you in school. I mean, mostly like academically, but there are, kind of a social standpoint to it. And, as a sophomore, here's the thing you guys gotta know. As a sophomore, you guys aren't necessarily upperclassmen. So you can say it's like the worst class, like, ranking of them all, because you're not really much of an upperclassman, but you're not a freshman. And there's more expected of you. But at the same time, you're not really getting anything out of it, you know what I'm saying? Unless you go to a school that offers photography for sophomores that can go out of campus and stuff like that. My school did. So that could be a plus, but, it's basically almost the same thing as freshman year, except college. You're going to have to take college a lot more seriously now, researching scholarships and stuff like that. But scholarships and everything like that, I didn't mention in my freshman year video. That stuff is really important your junior year. If you want to do it your sophomore year, you can, but, I mean, honestly, you don't really necessarily have to this year unless you, really need that financial aid, if you know what I'm saying. So we're going to get on to this YouTube video. Honestly, sophomore year, I'm going to be honest with you guys, just from my own perspective, it was okay. I didn't like it as much as freshman year just because there's not really much as going on, and, it wasn't new. I mean, I was already in high school. So the main verdict is that, sophomore year is an easygoing year. It should be an easy year. Other than your senior year, it should be your easiest year of high school. So just get that prepared. But getting on to these tips that I've made, let's start this freaking video. So the first thing that you need to know about being a sophomore is that as soon as you start the school year, you better start off strong with good grades. And honestly though, like, good grades are so important. Even your freshman and sophomore year, you might not think that, but I mean, honestly though, like, if you have like a low GPA, like for one quarter, let's say your freshman year, and you get all A's and B's after that, your GPA might honestly still be like a 2, because if you get like a 1.9 GPA or something like that, and you keep getting 3s after, I mean, you honestly might average at like a 2.8 or something like that. That's non-weighted, by the way. So yeah, you want to start off strong your sophomore year, and a lot of colleges really like to see improvement up. So, like, let's say you do get a few C's or whatever, or maybe a D or an F, hopefully not. But if you go up, if you go up exponentially throughout your sophomore year, then they're going to really like to see that improvement. So keep that in mind. Also, one thing I recommend is before you start your sophomore year, and hopefully you guys have already taken this, because honestly, maybe I shouldn't have done this during my sophomore year before then. But you want to take AP and IB classes or courses now. Like, you want to start them now, because freshman year, yeah, it's an adjustment year and stuff like that. Like, you want to get adjusted to, all the cool stuff about high school and having fun and everything like that, right? But AP and IB classes are very important because colleges really like to see those, and you can actually earn college credit. Same thing goes for dual credit classes, such as like Introduction to Engineering Design, Computer Integrated Manufacturing, all those kind of classes. For me, I took AP World, which was my first ever AP class I've taken. It's a good class. AP classes are very important if you want to get into college. I highly recommend you take them. And dual credit classes. IB courses or IB schools are like not really that common. So if there is one around your local area, I mean, why not enroll there? I mean, you'd be doing colleges a big favor when you do that stuff. Yeah, so AP classes and IB courses are just very important. I'd highly recommend you take them your sophomore year. Freshman year, you can pass that stuff, it's fine. But when you're a sophomore, you want to start taking that stuff a little bit more seriously and getting more into that elite level of education. And this one's actually important. This one isn't necessarily about school, but this is more about just, you know, developing as soon as you grow up. Because you should be turning 16 years old as you're a sophomore. And that, my friends, is get workplace experience. Now, workplace experience is very important, especially when you're a teenager and you're getting up into a junior in high school, you know, because you really need the workplace experience before you get out there in the world. Because, like, you know, if you haven't worked a job ever since, like, even, like, during your senior year and, you know, you're just now leaving, like, going to the workforce or something, and you haven't even worked a job, that's not going to really look that good on you. I mean, I'm just saying, also, even in a college standpoint, colleges love to see voluntary work. Whew, yeah, colleges love to see voluntary work, even sports, you know, extracurriculars, and that's what I actually mentioned in my freshman year video, is that freshmen usually don't have jobs. I mean, some of them do, but once when you're a sophomore, you definitely want to get jobs because workplace experience is very important. And even though you might not get the pay you want or like all the circumstance that goes into having a job, you're still getting that workplace experience, which is very, very important. And make sure you actually keep that job for a while, because some jobs actually can provide letters of recommendation for your colleges and all that kind of stuff. The other one is stay freaking organized, my dudes. Yeah, organization matters a lot. You know, like when you're taking the AP classes and, like, you know, you're getting a job and you're doing sports and all these kind of things, you know, you should try to find a way to get yourself organized. Do not procrastinate, all that stuff. I'm a procrastinator, honestly. That's kind of a hypocritical thing for me to say, but do not be a procrastinator. Don't do it. It's not good for you. Also, once when you want to stay organized, you know, maybe keep things in separate folders and stuff like that. Keep your locker organized. Just your entire, even like your room. Like, keep your room organized. Just be an organized person, you know? Like, don't jam papers in your backpacks. Just, you know, be chill with it. I mean, that's kind of all I got to say about being organized. I mean, just know what you're doing, plan ahead, all that kind of stuff. Next one is to find a graduation plan. Yeah, so once when you end sophomore year, you're halfway through high school already, and you're like, oh shit, you know, it's already happened. Yeah, I mean, high school goes by pretty fast. So once when you find a graduation plan, this is talking about what diploma you want to get, whether it be Core 40, Technical Honors, Core 40 Academic, or just a standard Core 40, which if you're going to college, I don't recommend getting a standard Core 40 because colleges won't really like that much. You'd rather want to get, especially academic, but if you get a technical honors, that's good too, because they're both honors diplomas, and they require you to have 47 credits, which you guys should be over 47 credits, hopefully. Once when you start the graduation plan, I mean, like, what do you, like, think about in more of a college standpoint. What do you want to go to in college? Think about that a little bit more, because it's good to plan ahead of time and not be like, during your senior year and be like, I want to go to college, but I don't know what I want to do. I mean, it's never too late to go to college, but, I mean, if you want to go out of high school, then you might as well just plan ahead. Plan your classes your junior and senior year. If you do this, it'll actually make you more organized, knowing like what your plan is and stuff. And you can always change it. It's not like it's like set in stone, unless your junior year it might be. But most classes we usually don't have them set in stone yet. So you definitely would want to find a graduation plan, see like what route you want to take, and all that kind of good stuff. Now, the next step, I would have to say, is talk to your guidance counselor, especially sophomore year upcoming up to your senior year, because this actually helps with the graduation plan, because your guidance counselor knows literally everything about that there has to be about college, especially the one, maybe like the ones that you really want to go to. Usually they'll talk about, you know, like, they'll actually help you with your graduation plan ahead of time. They'll talk about letters of recommendation, scholarships that you can do, grants, loans. They know everything. You can just go ahead and ask them any sort of question you have related to college, graduation plans, scheduling, anything like that. Yeah, so talk to your guidance counselor. It's very, very helpful. I cannot stress more the fact that talking to your guidance counselor is very important. And not only your guidance counselor, but maybe other, like, older figures, I guess, like your parents or something. Like, what do your parents think about going to college? Do they think it's a scam? Do you think, you know, you need to find a way to pay money? Like, what do they think? Try to find more sides from other people. And last step, or the last way to survive sophomore year, would be to enjoy it. Yep. Well, sophomore year is a very easygoing year. Honestly, you know, you're not really much of a freshman anymore, so it's not that much stress going on. Sophomore year, again, should be one of the easier years that you have in high school. Because then after sophomore year, kind of got your junior year, man. Junior year sucks dick. I mean, for academic-wise, it does. I mean, of course, I'm not a junior yet, so I have no idea. I'll have to make that How to Survive Junior Year video next year. Which, I'm actually going to be excited to make that video anyway. But, yeah, so you want to have fun your sophomore year, and honestly, just have fun in high school. Sophomore year should be an easygoing year. This is the times where, you know, you kind of come out of your shell as being a nervous freshman, you know, start talking to more people, older people, all that stuff. Start strong with good grades, take AP IB classes, you know, get workplace experience, stay organized, find a graduation plan, talk to your guidance counselor, and enjoy sophomore year because it'll be 180 days of your life. Now, going on to like my own perspective about sophomore year, again, I'm going to get a little bit more in depth about like what I was talking about earlier. So, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't really looking forward to sophomore year that much because everyone has told me, I mean, you know, people say it's awesome, sophomore year is like great and stuff. Yeah, I can see how sophomore year is great because, you know, you're getting older and stuff like that. It's a really easy year. But also you got to think about the fact that you're not an upperclassman, you're not getting all the cool perks that like an upperclassman would, and you've already been in high school for a year. Now, the perspective about sophomore year is just the way you look at it, the way you proceed, you know, your freshman year, sophomore year, any other year that you have in high school. So anything that I say is like, you know, might be different to you. You might have a different opinion about sophomore year, but talking about my experience, it was okay. I took my first AP class, which is AP World History. I actually took the exam a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to have to say I think I did okay on it. And I also got my first job last year, actually. I think 5 days after I uploaded that freshman year survival guide. And I quit that job around January, and then I got a new job with my mom over at a nursing home, which is pretty cool. Sorry about this paper, but anyways, I got the workplace experience, and you know, I got all A's and B's, I got my GPA up. You know, taking AP classes, probably gonna take more, especially during my senior year. And that reminds me, if you guys think senior year does not matter, then you guys are gonna have to watch my How to Survive Senior Year video. Which, I mean, once when you're a senior, you should technically already be done with high school. I mean, you're already kind of enrolling at your next college that you want to go to, or like you're applying to go to your college during your senior year. But yeah, pretty much. Sophomore year, it can be fun. It can be a fun year. It's just the way you perceive it as, like, you know, if you're more of like an antisocial type person, you know, it can still be really fun. You don't really need to be a social person to have fun, you know what I mean? But, in high school, you definitely want to be talking. You definitely want to have more communication with people because, like, when you go into the real world, once you get to a real job, it's going to be really important to have those good communication skills. So just keep that in mind. It can be a boring year. It can be a fun year. It's, again, for the 500th time, it's the way you perceive it as, not other people. But that basically wraps it up for this video. I had a really fun time making this video. And if you guys want to see more YouTube videos coming on this summer, let me know because I really want to start uploading more videos this summer. I have not uploaded videos since February. And by the way, my esports client died in April. I don't know if you guys knew that. But school's out, sun's out, guns out. Anyways, that was cringe. But anyways, it's been Pons Rally. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video. See ya.